Hi guys, Gerusek here and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I will finish the market master indicator. After this the indicator will be ready for live trading and yeah, it will be pretty interesting to see how it holds up. Sorry. So the last part that was missing was the news filter feature basically. It was meant to be like a part of the user interface, and as you can see I added this part already. So now there is this third box, let's say, that basically displays the news events that are about to happen. In the left column you can see the time of the event. You can see the countdown to that event. So for example, this first event is about to happen in 53 minutes. And in the third column you can see the impact of the event. So basically we can divide, or we can segregate these events by their impact on markets. I think it's pretty self-explanatory what low, high and moderate means. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. And in the last column we can see basically the name of the event. So what is the event? So for example, right now we can say that in 53 minutes there will be an event that is called current account NSA. I don't know what that is, but it will have a low impact on the market, so we can probably trade during these hours. But then we can also see that at the same time there is an event called unemployment rate. So yeah, and it has a high impact on market, so probably we should avoid trading in 52 minutes. So that's basically why I wanted to add this feature. And yeah, so now you might be asking, why have I already implemented this feature? Because I like to code everything like on the video, yeah, so you can see the whole process. But in this, like, I started recording the video. Yeah, I wanted to show you how it's done live, but then I ran into some difficulties. Let's say something wasn't working, and when I fixed it, it took pretty long time, and the actual video was like 2 hours long. So that's why I decided that I will code this behind the screens basically, and then just show you the code so you can copy it and have the exact same user interface. So yeah, this video will be probably pretty short, and let's not waste any more time and let me show you the code. So the code is divided into two functions, I think. So the first function is called third UI layer. This is the main function basically, and then we have this second function that is called get news data. So in order for us to be able to display basically this information about these news events, we have to get some information about these news events, such as event name, impact, countdown and time. Yeah, so that's why we have this second function. So the process is pretty simple. Right here above the function itself, I create this integer variable called third box height. Why height? Well, we can change the height of this rectangle, obviously. The width of the rectangle has to be equal to the width of these two rectangles, so that's why like it's the width parameter is not a variable, it's constant, but we can change the height, so that's why we have this height variable right here. And then the process is pretty much the same as before. We create firstly we create basically the background. So that's this first function, okay? So that basically creates this rectangle and it fills it with this color. Then we use these four functions to create the borders, okay? So border 1, border 2, border 3, border 4. Okay, I will show you the let me first explain these and then show you the inputs. Okay, so you can just copy it. So yeah, so these are the borders. This is the background. So now you should see all of the inputs. Hopefully, yeah, it starts here. I will shift it one more time. I'm sorry, this is not convenient, I know, but since I have to increase my font size for you to be able to see the screen without any difficulties, yeah, this is the only way. So these are these 5 create UI rectangle functions. So then I created this string array called news labels. So this is just an array to basically store these labels right here. So time, countdown, impact, and event. So if I were to change this to, for example, I don't know, date. No, it's date. Yeah, but date doesn't make sense. That's why this is time. Okay. Then we call this get news data, and I will check, or I will show you this function in just a few minutes. So basically the outcome of this function is that we get the information about the news events that we need. Okay, so that's basically what this function does. So then I just create a few variables here. This is for the for looping, because I use for loop to basically create and update the labels or the texts here. Okay, so I think it's not that useful like to explain everything. You can just like check the code, and I think it's pretty simple to understand it. Yeah, so here we created the labels. So the labels are basically the first row here, so time, countdown, impact, event, and then I have this nested for loop which basically displays the information for each of those labels. Okay, so we start with time, and then we go for this nested for loop and we display these 4 times. Okay, then this for loop moves to the second label, which is countdown. Then we have this nested for loop, and this nested for loop basically displays these 4 countdowns. Okay, and the same for impact and event. Let me show you the whole code here. It's very simple. Here we get value to plot. So basically we have to, it will like make more sense after I show you the second function, but this is the code, yeah, so just copy it and that's it. Then we use this create label function. This is the name, which value to plot. The value to plot is equal to this value to plot. Here we set the starting x, y, size, and here we check the color. Okay, so why to check the color? Well, if you check the user interface, we change the color for the impact based on the impact type. Okay, so that's basically what this does right here. It's very simple. You can see the code here. Very, very simple. And then we updated the y because the x stays the same, obviously. Yeah. So that's it. Here I just update the starting x based on the length of the string or the label, basically, because if you are dealing with longer string, you have to adjust the starting x position, and the same goes for shorter strings. Okay, so that's why this is here. Just copy it. So then we get to this get news data. You can see that I create these variables here, and they are very, very important because I store the information inside them. Okay, so you have this time array, which has a size of 4. So obviously inside this time array, I will store this information right here. Yeah. Then you have the countdown array, also size of 4. And obviously inside the countdown array, I will store this information right here. And the same for impact and event. Yeah. I can actually delete this. I don't use that. Yeah, so that's it. So this is how you read the news events basically. Just copy it. Yeah, I got this from MQL5 site. So if you are interested in checking the documentation, you can find it there. So we get basically these events. Okay, here we selected the time range for the events, okay, that we are interested in. Then we get them here. We loop through the economical events. You have to add this, otherwise it will break. Here we try to locate the economic event by its ID, which we succeed basically to do. And then I just get the information. So you can see that I can get the current impact, which is basically the importance, low, high, yeah, by typing this event.importance. And then I store a value into the impacts array, which is right here, yeah, with the appropriate string. So I check the impact and then I assign it a string based on the impact itself. The same goes for time. So time is very simple. I just access it like this. It's in a datetime format, so that's easier for us. Then I split the string here, so this might be a little bit advanced. I split the time, okay. Yeah, just copy it. To be honest, I did this like 2 weeks ago, so this is not like a new code for me, so I forgot what this does, but obviously it works, so just copy it and that's okay. Yeah, and then what I do is that I update the time array with this modified time 1, which I do right here. So events, very simple. I just get event.name, which basically returns the event's name, so that's it. And then the countdown, I have to transform basically the time a little bit, and it's done like this. Okay. Also, this also goes with that, so you need to add this part just to make sure that the text itself looks nice. In case that, yep, just add it there, and then add it to the countdown array, and yeah, that's it. Very simple code. You can see everything here. So when you put everything together, you get this thing right here. Then of course you have to call this function on init function and on tick function in the end. I will show you. So here I am calling this on init function right here, okay, and then on tick function right here, okay. So click compile, and this is what you get. So yeah, as I said, very simple code, and I think the market master indicator is finished. Yeah, I think it has all the features that I wanted it to have. I added some. I decided not to include some. Yeah, but I think like the current state of the indicator makes sense. It has all of the important features, and I will think of a way basically how to trade this, because remember, this indicator doesn't show you signals, or at this point it doesn't show you signals. It shows you things about the market, but it lacks the entry point basically. Yeah, it doesn't tell you buy right here, sell right here. It just gives you an information. So you need to basically come up with an entry strategy basically that you will incorporate into this expert advisor, and by doing so you will be able to trade it. I have a few ideas. I will test some of them, and if they seem profitable, I will record a new video explaining the strategy that I will implement, and I will trade it for a while just to see how it performs. Also, I will review the code one more time. If I find anything that should be changed, I will change it. I will tell you about the change, and then I will upload the final code somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I will code it somewhere so you can access it as well. I'm also thinking about creating a premium version of this indicator, because like I have a few custom indicators that are mine that work with this indicator really well, and I have my premium version. The thing is that since they are custom indicators and since I've put a lot of effort into developing them, I can't disclose their codes and stuff like this. So that's why like I can't show you the code for the premium version, but I can show you code for this one. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.